I'm going to relay a story about a couple of times in my life when I could have acted differently in order to preserve my effort and persevere, just so that you don't make the same mistake. So in 2008, when the economy was crippled due to the housing market collapse and all of that, I left the car sales industry for a job as a security guard, and then I realized that you can make good money as a trucker. So I enrolled in the local trucking school, and I financed my course, and I was ready to begin. My rent was only $450, and it included everything, including electricity, utilities, and everything. And so it wasn't much. However, I guess working for like minimum wage, I was concerned about that, and apparently didn't even have enough pocket change to secure my rent while I was in school. But I believe that I had the opportunity to make a leap of faith because I imagined that I was paid for the month and didn't need the apartment after that. Could have quit the apartment. So that was the mistake, was not taking that leap of faith. Instead, I remained a security guard and tried to take the program on a part-time basis. It's not really offered on a part-time basis, and you have to take all the driving practice hours, and you have to do the whole thing in order to really get your license. And I learned shifting enough on a truck to take the CDL test in a Class B truck. So I was going to become a bus driver anyway, and a Class B would have been fine. Even in a truck, there are ways you can get that you can get that passenger endorsement added, usually by taking the CDL test again in a bus. But anyway, I failed my CDL test only by I was quite nervous, of course. I wasn't keeping track in my mind, but you're allowed like 2 or 3 redos of the skill I was doing, which was like a parallel park, and you're allowed a retake if you don't put the stop the vehicle, put it in brake. You're allowed to come out again and readjust. So I didn't do that. So that's another mistake when I could have gotten the license. Now, I did eventually get my bus driver's license by going to Greyhound Professional Driving School in Reno. I didn't last long with the company because I didn't like how it operates. Of course, I could have made a lot of money if I had remained in that. So that's another mistake. 2 mistakes, I suppose. And then an additional time before that, I had a ticket to go to Utah or Texas, a neighboring state, to go to like CR England truck driving school or something like that. But I was talked out of it by my sister's boyfriend. He really didn't have a stake in my life, and he really didn't have anything to do with me, and he didn't have power over me. But he said that if I went to that school, he would come and pick me up and pull me out of the school. So of course I listened to that. That was another mistake because I was of age that no man would have power over me, and if he did attempt to do that, the school would have thrown him out, possibly gotten him arrested for doing something like that. So those were opportunities that I could have taken to better myself. At this point, because of sort of another hard time when I lost my hard copy physical license and transferred states, I didn't retain my CDL-B by a technicality. So now, in order to get that, and I do like having that qualification, and it does get you jobs and open doors, I'll have to spend around $3,000 to take a full course, or maybe a lot less than that if any school allows me to get about 8 hours of practice in a big rig truck and take my CDL test. But a lot of schools don't allow that. So that's a heads up about, taking opportunities when you have them, making the most of them, and not letting little things like paying the rent in a little slum motel, or like a flop house or whatever that place was, for the time you're in that program, not letting another guy dictate what you do or do not do. And what's the third? Oh yeah, like staying in the game when you do get a position like that, like Greyhound driver, even though you might not like working day and night and it's bad for your health, etc. You just put that time in until you get a route, right? And then I would have had a route, and it wouldn't have messed up my life or rhythm that bad. So that's essentially it. Good luck out there. And now that I'm becoming a therapist, I make more informed decisions, and I encourage others to do the same.